In the realm of American action stars, few of them are quite as beloved or cheesy as Chuck Norris. Starring in various action and martial arts films, Norris also became a household name from his television series Walker, Texas Ranger during the 1990s. Despite all the genuine love he gets, though, Norris has also been the subject of intense parody for the silliness associated with his style of films. Not only that, his personal life has been far more divisive. Keep watching to find out more about the legend of Chuck as now. At 84, Chuck Norris's daughter finally confirms what we thought all along. There's more to Chuck Norris than meets the eye, and his personal life is far more interesting and troubling than one might expect. This complexity stemmed from his childhood. He grew up in the shadow of his war veteran father, a man forever changed by his experiences. Chuck Norris's childhood was marked by the absence of his father due to World War II. Shortly after his younger brother Wyland was born, their father Ray Norris was drafted into the war. In his memoir, Against All Odds, My Story, Norris recounted the anguish his family experienced when they received the dreaded news that Ray was MIA. When Ray eventually returned, his experiences in the war weighed heavily on him, exacerbating his struggles with alcohol addiction. Norris vividly described the challenges his family faced due to his father's alcoholism. He recalled distressing incidents such as his father threatening his for money. When he was drunk, little things often sent him into a rage, Norris wrote. While Mom tried to calm him down, Wyland and I hid in the bedroom. Despite the turmoil at home, Norris found solace and inspiration in the cowboys he saw on the big screen. He idolized these characters, seeing them as positive role models, in contrast to his father's negative influence. Reflecting on his upbringing, Norris praised his mother's strength, while acknowledging the difficulties of growing up with a father trapped in a cycle of drinking abuse and unfulfilled apologies. He learned the hard way that his father wasn't going to change. In his memoir, Against All Odds, My Story, Chuck Norris candidly recounted the struggles his family faced due to his father's alcoholism. Despite harboring hope that his father would eventually stop drinking, Norris came to the painful realization that it was unlikely to happen. He recalled a particularly frightening incident when his intoxicated father decided to drive the family back to Arizona from Oklahoma one night. As his father recklessly maneuvered the car while intoxicated, Norris's mother pleaded with him to stop fearing for their safety. Tragically, Norris's worst fears were realized when his father driving under the influence caused a fatal accident that took the life of a woman. Following his conviction, Norris's father was sentenced to a work camp, where Norris and his family visited him regularly, hoping it would serve as a deterrent to his alcoholism. However, their hopes were dashed when his father resumed drinking upon his release. As his father's behavior became increasingly erratic and abusive, Norris intervened to protect his mother during a violent altercation. Armed with a hammer, Norris confronted his father, who was too intoxicated to take the threat seriously. It was a pivotal moment for Norris and his family, leading them to realize that they had no choice but to leave their volatile home environment for good. Chuck Norris's childhood was marked by challenges stemming from his father's alcoholism, which cast a shadow over their family life. Instead of enjoying typical childhood activities like sports or academic pursuits, Norris found himself withdrawn and introverted due to the instability caused by his father's addiction named for father. Contrary to what many might assume, Chuck Norris wasn't originally named Charles. His real name is Carlos Ray Norris. His middle name was given in honor of his father, Ray Norris, while his first name came from Carlos Berry, a minister his father greatly respected. Norris, despite his father's military background, chose a different path and joined the U.S. Air Force instead. In the late 1950s, he was stationed at Osan Air Base in South Korea. It was during his time stationed overseas that Norris experienced two pivotal moments. Firstly, he acquired the nickname Chuck, which stuck with him for life. Secondly, he discovered Tang Soo, a Korean martial art, sparking his enduring passion for martial arts. United States Air Force and martial arts breakthrough. After joining the United States Air Force in 1958, Chuck Norris was stationed at Osan Air Base in South Korea, where he served as an air policeman. It was during this time that he acquired the nickname Chuck and began his training in Tang Soo Do, a martial art that would later become the foundation for his own Chun Kuk Do universal waveform. Upon returning to the United States, Norris continued his service at March Air Force Base in California before being discharged in August 1962 with the rank of Airman First Class. Following his military career, Norris pursued a career in law enforcement and applied to become a police officer in Torrance, California. While awaiting placement, he opened his own martial arts studio where he began to hone his skills and participate in competitions. Despite initial setbacks, Norris persevered and gradually improved his performance, eventually achieving significant victories in tournaments such as the International Karate Championships and S. Henry Cho's All-American Karate Championship. In addition to his martial arts pursuits, Norris also worked for the Northrop Corporation and established a chain of karate schools. His schools attracted a notable clientele, including celebrities like Steve McQueen, Bob Barker, and Priscilla Presley. In early 1968, Chuck Norris experienced the final loss of his competitive martial arts career, suffering an upset decision to Louis Delgado. However, on November 24, 1968, Norris avenged this defeat and claimed the professional middleweight karate champion title, which he held for an impressive 6 consecutive years. Just a few months later, on April 1, 1969, Norris successfully defended his All-American Karate Championship title in a round-robin tournament held during the Karate Tournament of Champions of North America. In the same year, Norris secured his 2nd consecutive victory at the All-American Karate Championship, marking the end of his competitive career with an undefeated record. Throughout his time as a competitor, Norris had the opportunity to meet and develop a friendship with Bruce Lee, known for his role in the TV series The Green Hornet. Their friendship extended beyond personal connections to include training and collaboration in the martial arts realm. In 1969, Norris continued his dominance in the martial arts world by successfully defending his title as world champion at the International Karate Championship held during the first weekend of August. This prestigious competition attracted champions from across the United States and several international participants for the preliminaries. Norris not only retained his title, but also earned karate's Triple Crown for achieving the most tournament wins of the year. Additionally, he was honored with the Fighter of the Year award by Black Belt magazine for his outstanding contributions to the sport. Amidst his martial arts achievements, Norris made his acting debut in the Dean Martin film The Wrecking Crew, signaling the beginning of his successful career in the entertainment industry. Early roles and breakthrough. In 1972, Chuck Norris made a significant breakthrough in his acting career by portraying Bruce Lee's nemesis in the martial arts masterpiece Way of the Dragon, released as Return of the Dragon in the U.S. The film garnered immense success, grossing over $5.3 million at the Hong Kong box office, surpassing records previously set by Lee's own films like The Big Boss and Fist of Fury. Notably, Way of the Dragon became the highest-grossing film of 1972 in Hong Kong and achieved global success, grossing an estimated $130 million worldwide. This pivotal role catapulted Norris toward stardom, laying the foundation for his illustrious career in the entertainment industry. In 1973, Norris expanded his acting repertoire by appearing in Jonathan Kaplan's film The Student Teachers, showcasing his versatility as an actor beyond the martial arts genre. The following year, actor Steve McQueen, who was both Norris's martial arts student and friend, recognized his potential and urged him to enroll in acting classes at MGM. Encouraged by McQueen's mentorship, Norris ventured into Hollywood with newfound confidence. In the same year, he portrayed the supporting role of the main antagonist in Lo Wei's Yellow-Faced Tiger. In this film, Norris portrayed a formidable drug kingpin in San Francisco, wielding power over the criminal underworld and even influencing the local police department. His character's dominance is challenged by a courageous young police officer who confronts corruption head-on. Originally released theatrically in 1981 in the US under the title Slaughter in San Francisco, the film gained attention as an older, low-budget production showcasing Norris in a lead role. It was showcased as part of a double bill alongside other action and genre films, leveraging Norris's burgeoning fame to attract audiences. Described as a martial arts action film with a modest budget, Slaughter in San Francisco capitalized on Norris's rising prominence in the industry. In 1975, Chuck Norris ventured into the realm of literature with the publication of his first book, Winning Tournament Karate. This seminal work delved into the practical aspects of competition training across all skill levels, offering insights into executing rapid attacks, conditioning the body, engaging in fighting form drills, and mastering one-step sparring techniques. The book became a valuable resource for martial artists seeking to enhance their competitive edge. Transitioning from the written word to the silver screen, Norris secured his first starring role in the film Breaker Breaker. Despite receiving offers to star in several martial arts films, Norris opted for a project that prioritized storytelling and emotional resonance over mere action sequences. The decision proved fruitful, as the low-budget film surpassed expectations, garnering considerable success at the box office. In 1978, Norris took on what he considers his inaugural significant lead role in Good Guys Wear Black. Despite facing reluctance from major studios to distribute the film, Norris and his team adopted an unconventional approach, renting theaters themselves and reaping the financial rewards directly. The film, shot on a modest $1 million budget, exceeded expectations by grossing over $18 million at the box office. Good Guys Wear Black marked a turning point in American martial arts cinema, establishing Norris as the first homegrown martial arts star. Departing from the prevalent trend of importing kung fu films from Hong Kong, Norris introduced a distinctly American flavor to the genre, infusing the narrative with local settings, characters, themes, and political undertones. This innovative approach set Norris apart and paved the way for his future success in the industry. Action film star. In 1979, Chuck Norris continued his streak of action-packed roles with A Force of One, portraying Matt Logan, a world karate champion enlisted to aid the police in an investigation. The film was conceived during Norris's promotional tour for Good Guys Wear Black and faced initial reluctance from studios. However, it defied expectations by grossing an impressive $20 million at the box office, surpassing the success of Norris's previous endeavor. The following year, Norris starred in The Octagon, a film that diverged from his earlier projects by introducing elements of ninja warfare. Unlike before, major studios expressed interest in this venture, leading to its distribution by American Cinema Releasing. The Octagon proved to be another financial success, earning nearly $19 million in box office revenue. Continuing his prolific output, Norris appeared in An Eye for an Eye in 1981, followed by the action horror film Silent Rage in 1982. Silent Rage marked a significant milestone in Norris's career, as it was his first collaboration with a major studio, Columbia Pictures. However, Norris's dissatisfaction with MGM's proposed direction led to the cancellation of a 3-movie deal. In 1983, Norris starred in the acclaimed film Lone Wolf McQuade, portraying a daring Texas Ranger who confronts an arms dealer portrayed by David Carradine. The film garnered widespread praise from critics and audiences alike, drawing comparisons to Sergio Leone's iconic spaghetti westerns. Notably, Lone Wolf McQuade served as the inspiration for Norris's future television series, Walker, Texas Ranger. In addition to his film endeavors, Norris expanded his influence with the publication of Toughen Up: The Chuck Norris Fitness System. This exercise guide further solidified Norris's status as a fitness icon, offering his fans insights into achieving physical well-being. Furthermore, 1983 saw the release of the video game Chuck Norris Super Kicks, developed by Zonox for various gaming platforms. This interactive experience allowed players to assume the role of Norris as he liberated a hostage, showcasing his martial arts prowess in the virtual realm. Mainstream success. In 1984, Chuck Norris continued his cinematic dominance with the release of Missing in Action, directed by Joseph Zito. This film marked the beginning of a series of POW rescue fantasies, with Norris portraying Colonel James Braddock. Produced by Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus under their Canon Films banner, the movie was the first of many collaborations between Norris and the prolific production duo. Notably, Norris dedicated these films to his younger brother Wieland, a private in the 101st Airborne Division, who tragically lost his life in Vietnam in 1970. The success of Missing in Action propelled Norris to new heights of stardom, firmly establishing him as Canon's most prominent star throughout the 1980s. The following year, audiences were treated to Missing in Action 2, the beginning a prequel that delved into Braddock's harrowing experiences in a North Vietnamese POW camp. Meanwhile, Norris showcased his versatility in Code of Silence, a crime drama released by Orion Pictures. The film received acclaim from critics and audiences alike, further solidifying Norris's status as a bankable action star. Later, in 1985, Norris returned to the screen in Invasion USA, directed once again by Joseph Zito. This action-packed thriller showcased Norris's trademark martial arts skills as he took on a group of terrorists threatening the United States. The film, with its pulse-pounding action sequences, resonated with audiences and contributed to Norris's growing reputation as a box office draw. Continuing his streak of successes, Norris teamed up with Hollywood legend Lee Marvin in The Delta Force, which premiered in 1986. Directed by Menahem Golan, the film depicted Norris and Marvin as leaders of an elite squad of Special Forces troops tasked with confronting a group of terrorists. The Delta Force was met with commercial success, further cementing Norris's status as an action superstar. In addition to his film endeavors, Norris expanded his presence into the realm of animation with the debut of Karate Commandos in October 1986. Voicing a cartoon version of himself, Norris led a team of operatives in a series of action-packed adventures. The show, although short-lived, showcased Norris's enduring popularity and even received a comic book adaptation from Marvel. In November 1986, Chuck Norris embarked on a new cinematic adventure with the premiere of J. Lee Thompson's action-adventure comedy film, Firewalker. In this lighthearted romp, Norris co-starred alongside Louis Gossett Jr. as two seasoned treasure hunters whose escapades rarely yield significant success. Norris saw the project as an opportunity to showcase a lighter side of his persona, a departure from his more serious action roles. Gossett praised Norris's willingness to embrace this change, acknowledging his dedication to stretching himself as an actor. While the film received mixed reviews, with some critics deeming it a fine example of a light action flick, others were less enthusiastic about its merits. Despite the varied reception, Kevin Thomas of the Los Angeles Times found enjoyment in the film, particularly praising the cast for embracing the lighthearted spirit of the story. At the box office, Firewalker amassed a respectable sum, raking in $11,834,302. In 1987, Norris expanded his literary repertoire with the publication of The Secret of Inner Strength, My Story, a New York Times bestseller. In this book, Norris delved into his philosophy of self-improvement, offering insights gleaned from his own life experiences and personal journeys. The following year, in January 1988, Norris returned to the role of Colonel James Braddock in Braddock Missing in Action. The Three, directed by his brother Aaron Norris. This installment continued the saga of Braddock's exploits, further solidifying Norris's status as an action icon. Later that year, Norris starred in Hero and The Terror, helmed by director William Tannen. In this gripping thriller, Norris portrayed a dedicated police officer tasked with apprehending a notorious serial killer. Subsequent success. By 1990, Chuck Norris had established himself as a bona fide action star, with his films collectively grossing over $500 million worldwide. He had garnered comparisons to both Bruce Lee and Clint Eastwood, earning the moniker of the Blonde Bruce Lee for his prowess in martial arts roles, while his rugged loner persona drew parallels to Eastwood's iconic Dirty Harry character. In a significant development that year, MGM acquired the Cannon Films library, providing Norris with continued opportunities to showcase his talents on the big screen. He collaborated extensively with his brother Aaron, who directed him in a series of action-packed films, including Delta Force 2. The Hitman sidekicks Hellbound Top Dog and Forest Warrior. In 1993, Norris ventured into television with the action series Walker, Texas Ranger. Portraying the titular character, Sergeant Cordell Walker, a member of the Texas Rangers, Norris captivated audiences with his thrilling adventures fighting crime alongside his partner James Trevette. The show enjoyed immense popularity, running for 8 seasons on CBS and continuing its success in syndication on various channels, notably the Hallmark Channel. Beyond Walker, Texas, Ranger Norris remained active in various television projects and ventures. He appeared as a guest on the Randy Travis television special Wind in the Wire in August 1993 and served as the special outside enforcer for the casket match at the 1994 edition of the World Wrestling Federation's Survivor Series event. In 1996, Norris added authorship to his repertoire with the publication of The Secret Power Within Zen Solutions to Real Problems, offering readers insights into practical solutions for navigating life's challenges. He also became associated with Total Gym home fitness equipment, appearing in a series of cable TV infomercials alongside Christy Brinkley since 1997. Norris continued to diversify his television portfolio with the premiere of the television film Logan's Warbound by Honor on November 1, 1998, where he starred alongside Eddie Cibrian. The film garnered significant viewership, ranking 3rd among the 13 most viewed shows of that week. Subsequent films and internet fame. In the early 2000s, Chuck Norris expanded his presence on television with starring roles in CBS television films. He portrayed a secret agent in The President's Man and its sequel, The President's Man: A Line in the Sand, showcasing his action chops on the small screen. In 2003, Norris ventured into the realm of supernatural Christian cinema with a role in the film Bells of Innocence. Additionally, he made a guest appearance in an episode of the TV show Yes, Dear, further diversifying his acting portfolio. The year 2004 brought a comedic turn for Norris with his appearance in Rawson Marshall Thurber's Dodgeball: A True Underdog Story, playing himself as a judge during a dodgeball game. Norris injected humor into the film and delighted audiences. The movie received praise from critics for its raunchy comedy and became a box office success, grossing $167.7 million. In the same year, Norris shared his life story with the world by publishing his autobiography, Against All Odds, My Story, offering readers insights into his remarkable journey. Chuck Norris didn't limit his contributions to the entertainment industry. In 2005, he founded the World Combat League, a full-contact team-based martial arts competition aimed at promoting the sport and supporting his Kickstart Kids program. Norris also made a return to television with the premiere of the Sunday night movie of the week Walker, Texas Ranger Trial by Fire on October 17, 2005. Reprising his iconic role as Cordell Walker, Norris continued to captivate audiences with his heroic exploits. Despite the success of the movie, Future projects for the series were hampered by CBS's decision to discontinue regularly scheduling movies of the week on Sunday nights. Around this time, Chuck Norris facts began circulating on the internet, creating a viral sensation. These satirical factoids created by Ian Spector humorously exaggerated Norris's toughness attitude and masculinity. Embracing the parody, Norris even incorporated some of the facts into his public appearances, touring major talk shows, and boosting troop morale with visits to Iraq. Family. Despite his successful career, his personal life is not always easy for him. Norris tied the knot with his high school sweetheart, Diane K. Holchek, in December 1958, at the young ages of 18 and 17, respectively. Their love story began in 1956, when they met during their high school years in Torrance, California. The couple welcomed their first child, Mike, in 1962, followed by a daughter born in 1963 from an extramarital relationship. Eric, their second son, arrived in 1964. However, their union faced challenges, and after 3 decades together, Norris and Holchek parted ways, finalizing their divorce in 1989. The decision came after their separation in 1988 during the filming of the Delta Force 2. Subsequently, on November 28, 1998, Norris exchanged vows with former model Gina O'Kelly, who was 23 years his junior. O'Kelly brought 2 children from her previous marriage into their blended family. The couple's joy multiplied when O'Kelly gave birth to twins on August 30, 2001. In a candid revelation to Entertainment Tonight's Mary Hart on September 22, 2004, Norris disclosed that he had only met his illegitimate daughter from a previous relationship when she turned 26. Despite learning about her paternity at the age of 16, it wasn't until 1990, a year after his divorce from Diane Holchek, that Norris connected with her. Their reunion came about after she reached out to him with a heartfelt letter detailing their relationship. Lee Atwater's death hit him very, very hard. According to his memoir, Against All Odds, My Story, Norris found himself recognized by Lee Atwater not just as a conservative Republican, but as someone who could bolster Bush's tough guy image. This led to Norris making numerous appearances in support of Bush, and along the way he formed a genuine friendship with Atwater. Atwater had been deeply entrenched in politics for years, notably making a mark by aiding Ronald Reagan in securing a presidential nomination. Tragically, Atwater passed away in 1991 at the young age of 40. His sudden death came after he collapsed while delivering a speech and was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. In the final weeks of his life, Atwater's health deteriorated rapidly, altering his appearance drastically. Norris recounted being among the few allowed to visit him during this time. He described how Atwater's condition left him unable to speak above a whisper. Reflecting on his visit, Norris recalled kissing Atwater on the forehead before leaving the hospital room, overcome with emotion. He admitted that he couldn't contain his tears and wept uncontrollably in his car afterward. Atwater's sudden demise profoundly impacted Norris, prompting him to confront his own mortality. He realized that if someone as influential as Atwater could be struck down so swiftly, it served as a stark reminder of his own vulnerability. His wife suffered a devastating illness. By 2017, Chuck Norris's fans began to notice his absence from the limelight, and he revealed that his focus had shifted to his wife Gina's health struggles. Their journey led them to advocate against the dangers of MRI contrast agents. Gina O'Kelly's health ordeal began with an MRI scan to assess her risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis. However, the aftermath was devastating as she experienced a range of symptoms, including tremors, numbness, and cognitive difficulties. In a CBS interview, they shared her harrowing experience of multiple emergency room visits, extended hospital stays, and medical bills totaling $2 million. Treatment efforts involved repairing her central nervous system and seeking stem cell therapies in China. Norris described the fear and helplessness he felt as he witnessed his wife's health decline before his eyes. He emphasized that their advocacy extended beyond Gina's individual struggle to raise awareness about gadolinium deposition disease affecting others diagnosed with similar illnesses. Initially, they pursued legal action, filing a $10 million lawsuit against the manufacturers of the dye implicated in Gina's illness. However, they eventually withdrew the lawsuit without reaching a settlement. How much is Chuck Norris actually worth? Chuck Norris's fame and success have undoubtedly contributed to his wealth, with Forbes estimating his net worth at $70 million. While this figure might dispel some of the more outlandish jokes about Norris's financial status, it's clear that he has achieved significant success in his career. As one of the most accomplished martial arts actors in American history, Norris has cemented his place as a national treasure. His contributions to the entertainment industry, particularly through his roles in television and film, have earned him widespread recognition and admiration. In 2010, Norris received a prestigious honor when he was named an honorary member of the Texas Rangers by Governor Rick Perry. This recognition not only underscored Norris's cultural significance, but also highlighted his impact on raising awareness of the Texas Rangers both locally and on a global scale through his work in television. Chuck Norris is staying active and feels 48 on 84th birthday. Chuck Norris, now 84, isn't showing any signs of slowing down. In fact, he feels decades younger than his age suggests. The legendary actor and martial artist, known for his tough guy persona in pop culture, celebrated his 84th birthday by showcasing his enduring vitality in a video posted on Instagram. In the video's caption, Norris expressed that he's feeling good and staying active. The footage demonstrates his impressive boxing skills, accompanied by the remark, "You know, I'm 84 today, but I feel like I'm 48. Despite his last action movie appearance being in 2012's The Expendables 2, alongside iconic action stars like Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Norris has maintained his physical prowess. While his on-screen appearances have been limited in recent years, Norris has continued to prioritize his health and fitness. However, fans were thrilled when he announced his return to film in the upcoming movie Agent Recon, where he will portray the character Captain Alistair. It's evident that Norris remains dedicated to his craft and eager to entertain audiences once again. What are your thoughts on Chuck Norris and his legendary career? Share your favorite Chuck Norris moment or memory in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the incredible life and legacy of this Hollywood legend. See you next time.